I do hope that my room's coming up for you. The thing is, I'm not... It's working! Yes! Ah! Do you know how many years it's been that I've had to wait to record while live smoothly in this game? Oh my god. The moment is finally here. Okay, I'm now going to... Thank you, Baines. Like, Baines... Seriously, you've saved the live stream, you've saved everything. I'm gonna do a fucking VOD introduction. Hello everyone, it's me Doomlink and I would like to welcome you all to 4 Ultimate. We are indeed here in this game and it's going to work. Don't freak out, we're not going to be doing this dual screen setup the whole time. I realise that it's rather ugly, and if I do end up departing on a hunt, for example, and I have kept this dual screen appearance, please inform me of that fact, because I don't want to leave this up here. It is good if there are things happening on the bottom screen that you do need to see, but as you can see, it does make everything overall much smaller, so I don't want to be there the whole time. I'm going to say very clearly, I don't want anyone to miss out on this extremely important detail. Baines has saved this live stream. I had no one to hunt with, and Baines came into the chat and was willing to play. So, here we are. Alright, so, apparently he doesn't have much time, but that's okay. At this stage, I do not care. I'm going to quickly check what I need for ultimate tasks. Here we go. So, Rathian Mantle. How about a G-rank gold Rathian? Let's do a G-rank gold Rathian. But yeah, things are looking up, everyone. Things are looking up. What would be fun to use? Well, I suppose I should use a lance, because I do want to focus on the weapon uses that are not currently over the 100 mark. So I suppose either lance or gun lance. I think I'll bring dragon lance. Not dragon, sorry, thunder. Do I have a thunder lance? Please tell me that I do. That is something that I need to make very clear to you all as well. Unfortunately, in this game... Yeah, I'm trying to make the kid in one. Fucking hell, I'll have to bring Blast then. Blast! I must bring Blast. I think that joke may have actually flown under the radar because it was so exceptionally unfunny. Alright, here we go. So, I need to mention that I do not have as many elemental choices for my weapons as I should, given how much of this game I've played. The reason why is because I have been aiming for relic weapons, and what that causes is for you to not have as many weapons as you'd like. Especially if you're like me and you didn't really pursue it as aggressively as one should have, as far as, you know, hunting for relics, because, you know, I mean, that's an entire subject that I don't really want to get into. The whole guild quest system, at least for me, is one of the reasons why I don't actually like this game as much as Generations Ultimate in certain... Okay, what I should say is that depending on the time of day, depending on the day you ask me, I will give a different response to the question of which game is your favorite, Generations Ultimate or 4 Ultimate. There are good things and bad things about both, but what I must say is that I haven't been playing this game recently, so I have to tell you, this game feels like the better one at the moment. Because I have been apart from you for too long, 4 Ultimate. For far too long. Let's do this thing. Oh. Stop, disconnect that. My controller keeps disconnecting. This lady, who is apparently from Mindguard, I don't remember her from Mindguard. She is going to crap on for a while. Yeah, I had a beer waiting. Sorry, I will be with you very shortly, Baines. I just need to pour a beverage. A celebratory beverage. 4U streams are back. Got mostly foam there. May as well bring a Firecaster. I'm not in need of flash bombs. Oh, that's right. Let's not fucking forget. I almost did forget. Would you guys have actually reminded me there? Alright. Gold Rathian. Hello. So again, the connection may not be perfect because, of course, Baines is in Germany and I'm in Australia, but because we have joined a US server, I do think that the connection is going to be better than it could have been. I did not mean to jump off there. That was certainly not on the cards. Is the game volume appropriate? Yes, that looks fine. Oh, whoops, I was checking the game volume, so I got pinned down. Let me try and break free of this. Very nice work. At this moment, yes, I do prefer this game to Generations Ultimate, but there are certain elements to this game that I really don't appreciate. I may as well talk about how I feel about the Guild Quest system. Unfortunately, what Guild Quests do is it effectively brings the talisman system into two more areas of gameplay, and that is armor crafting and weapon crafting. Primarily weapon crafting. Not that many people actually worry so much about the armor relic pieces. I certainly don't. Oh, that's not good. But yeah, I certainly don't. That's a little bit too much, but essentially creating this pool from which you get random weapons, and for those random weapons to, on the whole, be better than the ones that you would craft normally, what that encourages is for you to not actually specifically make weapons. And so because of that, even though I'm at Hunter rank 540, I don't have a Water Lance. Or excuse me, a Thunder Lance, that's what I wanted for this one. Oh, you came running after me much sooner than I expected. But yeah, it's just, I hate that sort of system, and there are other issues as well with the Guild Quest system that I actually don't really feel like getting into. I don't want to sit here complaining all day. Something's finally going right, you know. This is a time for celebration. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to do the wider field of view cheat that you use, because I wouldn't want it to be different from the other Monster Hunter games you see. I want it to be consistent across all of them, otherwise it will start to look a bit weird to me. Oh, I think I managed to knock you down there. That was quite funny. Oh, that's not great. Fortunately, I didn't get pulled into that. I also need to remember that I am playing Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which means that it would be entirely helpful to do mounting. 4 Ultimate is one of those games where, well, more like the game, where if you are close to a ledge, use it. I feel like the incentive to do that disappeared after this game, so I'd very much love to do that. Again. Should have countered that. You can get an idea for how much damage has been dealt to the monster by the way in which this girl responds to you. I guess what I should say is that at different health thresholds she will have a comment to make. I think that's half health, maybe. Or maybe 2/3 left, something like that. Probably more likely 2/3 left. Oh. I feel so out of sorts at the moment. I feel like I'm not playing properly, but I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. I had best whetstone up. Of course, in this game you cannot actually hit the monster while it is being mounted. That is severely ill-advised. What will happen is that you'll create a whole lot of enemies in your group, because you will cause the mount to faint each and every... Cause the mount to fail, not faint, each and every time. Alright. There you go, that was a very nicely done AED. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, I was not able to position myself for a shielding maneuver quite quickly enough there. I could only barely see my usable items because her frickin' text box was in the way. Very unhelpful. See, building up mounting damage is really important in this game, because it's something that will actually build up meaningfully, whereas it doesn't really do that in Generations Ultimate. Oh. Just going to keep close to her there. Very nicely done. That was very quick. Most of the damage dealt there was most definitely Bane's. Keep in mind that was a 2-man G-rank gold Rathian. There are 2 reasons why that was taken care of so quickly. The first is that Bane's was playing quite well, whereas I was playing rather poorly. The second point would be that this is a standard G-rank hunt, and I would imagine that Bane's has a loadout that would be appropriate for monsters as difficult as level 140, which in guild quest terms, well, as a guild quest it's level 140, but in regular hunting terms it's probably a level above G-rank, like a full level above G-rank. So, yeah, his loadout on a monster like this would be very, very effective. Today's a good day. Now I just need a mantle as well. Wouldn't that be great? When I saw that green icon, I really did genuinely think for a brief moment that I had managed to pick one up. That would have been pretty good. Do not need pellet up, thank you. I think I'll pass on that. Alright, hunt rank 541. There we are. So of course you are free to post a quest if you would like, Banes. We are taking it in turns as I understand it. Yeah, and I'm happy that it is working. Yamatori-san. What this means, like that whole situation before where I couldn't connect into a room, what that means is that there was no network issue. It was actually the people that I was trying to play with not having made a room. And while that doesn't make any sense to me, it does simultaneously make a lot of sense, because everything was suggesting, all indicators were pointing towards the fact that I was connected, and yet I couldn't get into a room with those people, so obviously they just were not in a hunting session for some reason. Truly bizarre. Anyway. My beverage today is Cooper's Best Extra Stout, which is a, as I usually comment when drinking it, is a very bizarre way to refer to your stout when you've only got one stout. Best Extra Stout must refer to the best extra stout ever made, not just the best one that they personally produce. But I suppose, technically speaking, because it is the only one that they produce, it must simultaneously be their best one. Sorry, I was grabbing at a creature, a flying creature in my room. Oh, goodness. A bolt of pink. Okay. I don't mind. What would be an appropriate thing to use for this? Let me think. Might bring slicing, hey? We are playing for ultimate. Let's use a notably for ultimate style of gunning. Can you use slicing in other games? Yes, obviously. But it's a little different here. It's a little different here. Because you can actually combine for it as a normal shot, and it deals really good damage. Essentially what happened in the past was... What am I even doing? This is not the set that I want. I want... Rapid normal, that's what it is. Which also doubles as a slicing loadout. So, slicing was first brought into Monster Hunter back in 3rd generation. Monster Hunter Tri, more specifically. And it essentially dealt a set amount of cutting damage that did not in any way increase or decrease depending on one's attack value. So, quite frankly, it was a bad shot type. They didn't want it to be too strong. They wanted it to more or less be a way to contribute to a tail cut as a member of a team. Excuse me. It was not intended to be a tail cutter on its own. But you see, Capcom was concerned by the fact that it was so weak in Monster Hunter Tri, and I don't think it was in Portable 3rd, may have been, but yeah, in Tri and 3 Ultimate, pretty weak. So what they did was they gave it a motion value in Monster Hunter 4, and the results were spectacularly over the top. It's a very, very good shot type. I need to bring the slicing from my... I don't have any slicing in my box, have to combine it right here. No, I do have slicing in my inventory already, or in my pouch, there we go. That's the word that I want. I need to bring huskberries. I am of course cognizant of the fact that Baines doesn't have that much time to play, so I'm going to be as quick as I can. I'll put these flash bombs away. I'm not the type to flash very much anyway, so I don't think it's necessary for it to be there. I'm going to check to see if there's anything else that I want to bring. May as well top up that antidote, and I have eaten, correct? I certainly have. Alright. Now, because slicing was so ridiculously overpowered in this game, they sought to balance it in Generations Ultimate and also Generations, by limiting the amount that you could bring in a hunt. They made it internal ammo only, which is very interesting. It remains very strong in that game, but you can't abuse it quite as much as you can in this game. Also, the Seregios light bowgun with slicing shot is disgusting. Because obviously you don't even have to do a standard reload, you can literally just do little evades from side to side or even backwards and forwards and reload individual shots. But more than anything else, it has quite a lot of rapid fire shots that it can shoot out. There is a downside to this, as you can tell. I am stuck in one place for quite a while when I shoot this. But what you hope is that the sheer amount of damage that you're dealing... See, this is a downside to really lengthy rapid fire. Accuracy goes down pretty poorly. Or goes down to a very poor level. Here we go, that's good targeting. Have to really do my best to improve on my accuracy here. It just means that I have to go for the shot when I'm confident that I'll get it, like here. Very good. I will reload here, it will end up being faster. The idea is to maintain it a little better, like this. Get out of the... Am I literally having that sponged by the fucking Rhinopolis? But yeah, how good is this? Hold on, am I still on the big screen? Yes, I am, thank God. But yeah, look how smooth this all is. It's so refreshing to see the game actually running properly. I knew you could do it, Citra. It's just you needed the right brains behind it. So I need to tell you guys what happened here. Why was it that I couldn't record this game for so long? Well, I was using this old Citra build that was designed for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, quite specifically. But it was quite old, you know, I picked it up when it was made, and that was in very early 2019. And it's quite unstable. And as a result, I was not able to actually live stream while playing the game. It simply couldn't run properly. It was stuck between 75 and like 85 game speed, or percentage of game speed, and that's terrible. It's really, really bad. Even if it's stuck at 95, it's really bad, but that was just intolerably shit. And so I couldn't actually record it properly, unless I recorded at 30 FPS, which I just didn't want to do because it didn't feel quite right. And I found out through Ghastly Tal, one of my viewers who is in the chat now, that Valentin is a much better, or at the very least, an entirely stable version of Citra. It's version 13.4, more specifically. And I'm telling you, he's right. The hilarious thing is that I had actually downloaded it back in December of 2019. And yet, I never used it, so I actually had found my salvation very early on. But I punished myself by using the entirely wrong build ever since I first started playing this game emulated, so that was a terrible mistake. But again, Tal, thankfully, had set me on the right path. Because when I was trying to record Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate with Ethan before, and that completely failed, Tal mentioned in the chat at the time that he was using Valentin, and that it was pretty stable. Yeah, I don't actually know where the Rathian is, Baines. I suppose we can guess. I never have Psycho Serums in this game. That's one of the things that I don't like about my loadout here. As a character overall, it's the fact that I don't have Psycho Serums in this particular game. And so I'm often pretty lost as to where to find the monster. I think, I see, Anson is responding to me in DM. Okay. I'm used to ignoring people messaging me while I'm live, but I thought that perhaps someone was actually trying to communicate with me because I was putting my feelers out there, you know, trying to find anyone to hunt with, but that turned out to be Anson responding to my DM for help. Oh, it looks like a frenzied pink Rathian has been spotted by Baines, and she shall be swiftly dispatched by at least my broken loadout. And I'm sure Baines is running a strong loadout as well, which I actually failed to inspect between this hunt and the last one. You get away from me. I'm aiming for the biggest part of the monster so that I may actually get my shots on target. But yeah, as I mentioned in one of my previous recordings, I thought she was leaving for a moment. I was about to get very upset. As I mentioned in one of my previous recordings, this is the game where I do sometimes end up in hunts as a Blade Master user without any whetstones, and it's because of whetstones being used to combine for slicing shots here. So I'm going to try and not have a repeat of that scenario. I am going to do my utmost to check whetstones before I ever depart on a hunt. That needs to be a 4 ultimate muscle. I need to do the best I can to not have to ask people for whetstones, because I'm telling you, that is the most embarrassing thing ever. I may as well aim for the tail. I am using slicing, right? Oh, come on. 1 out of whatever that was, 5 shots. That's pathetic. Yeah, that's definitely 5 shots. I don't think I'll aim for her at that time. She may move, and I don't want to negatively impact my DPS. She's aggressively seeking out Banes, whereas apparently I'm flying under the radar. She was quick to fix that, though. Very quick to fix that. How do I feel about frenzied monsters? I think they're fine. I think they're good. Generally, I have nothing against them. It's Apex monsters that I don't like. But I should make it very clear that it's not the Apex monsters themselves. It's the Apex system, which involves Y-stones. I don't like Y-stones at all. I think they're awful. Like, really awful. So, honestly, it's guild quests and Y-stones that I have a gripe with in For Ultimate. Excuse me. Unfortunately, Y-stone usage, specifically Drive Y-stone, and guild quests are essentially the end game of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, so I can quite comfortably say that of all the Monster Hunter games, 4 Ultimate has my least favourite end game. No matter how I want to compare this game to Generations Ultimate, I can always comfortably say that this has my least favourite end game, because of what they expect you to do. I don't like it at all. I really don't like it. Tifa, we are using FAD number... hold on. We're FAD number 3 US. You are absolutely welcome to play if that is why you were inquiring as to what room we are using. Well, I almost got a Rathian mantle. It was close to that. I really do need some frenzy crystals though. Not these ones, as you can tell. There's a particular one that I do need. I can't remember which one it is. Well, that was my first gold-crowned large Zinogre. How about that? Very good. Alright. So, I'll check what else I need. I don't really want to be hunting nothing but Rathian today. Might do an Elder Dragon because I do need some large Elder Dragon gems, unsurprisingly. Apparently I need a Deviljho gem for the Deus charge blades, so I've got a nice little list of the things that I need and also what I'm going to use them for, because if it weren't for that, I would have no fucking idea what I would need these things for. You know, if I just had a list of materials that I needed without any other information, I'd be so lost as to what I was doing with them. And fortunately, I also need a Black Gravios Pallium for the Molten Tigrex Greatsword. Very interesting. Let's go for Deviljho. I think Deviljho would be good fun. Oh, you know what? We can do Teostra Banes. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do that. Although, here's a question. If... would you choose Teostra for your turn? Because if so, then I might try to get something else that I need as well. Because I do need a Deviljho gem, so... I'm open either way. Alright, we'll do Joe and then Teostra. I do want to use a lance, because I do need lance uses, but I don't want to use another lance so soon after having used the weapon type before, so I may just use something for fun, which will be Greatsword. Rocksteady will do. This is another extremely ugly loadout, just look at it. My friend Sam, with whom I've not hunted in a long time, he used to tell me, if you equip that fucking set in front of me, I will leave. Like, he couldn't stand this armor set. It is truly unattractive, I won't deny it, but the skills are great. That much can't be denied. Alright, do I have a Dragon Greatsword? It is so pathetic that at Hunter rank 540 whatever, 541, I'm asking a question like, do I have a Dragon Greatsword? It's almost unreasonable. Okay, I do have the Black Fatalis Greatsword, which I'm happy to see. I think my Greatswords are mostly fully forged, which is to say that all of the elements that I want should be there, because Greatsword is a bit of a staple weapon type for me. I wanted to hunt Deviljho. Let's see if I have a quest for him. Or quest of him. Sort of depends how you want to look at it, I suppose. I don't actually have a G3 quest of him at the moment. See if there might be a reasonable event quest to possibly choose. Do you have a G3 Deviljho there? I do realise that you can't see the bottom screen. I had best fix that. It's just frustrating to have to switch between the two of them. Oh, I do have a Frenzied. Oh no, this is... It says the Apex Predator. This must actually be an Apex Deviljho. Fuck that. Tifa has joined the room at Hunter rank 999. That would probably be my Hunter rank if I continue to play the damn game. I haven't played this game regularly in like 5 years, so... However, that is about to change. You don't have one either? I think Tifa is checking for a G3 Deviljho. If not, then I'm happy to do an Apex one, to be honest. I'm willing to do that. Do I have a Drive Stone, though? I should, but if I don't, then so be it. How do I check that again? Status, I think. No? What the fuck? Must be somewhere. I'm going to post the Apex one. Wait, no, I really should make sure that I've got a fucking Drive Stone. Where is it shown? For goodness sake. Oh, there it is. It is on this status screen. I have Drive and Element. That's fine. It was on the status screen. It's just not where I was expecting to see it. Where is it? The Apex Predator. Here we go. Very good. I'll go for... You could always do this. No, fuck that. I've immediately changed my mind. No! Stop. This, here we go. This is looking a bit better. Carver High and Explorer. That's a good combination. Oh, I've got someone saying that they want to hunt. We can go for 4. Let's go for 4. Sometimes that can introduce a bit of network instability, but... FAD number 3... US. I do apologise in advance if it does cause a disconnect to have a 4th person, but I'd like to give it a try. Yeah, I just need a gem from Deviljho. But I'd like to do this hunt for fun. Haven't done an Apex in a while. Although it is a little strange to say that I'm doing this for fun, after having just remarked upon my disdain for the whole Whitestone system. But again, because it has been so long since I've had to deal with it, I'm happy, I'm willing to do it on camera, okay? We may or may not get lucky for the next hunt. I'm not going to wait for him, because I was a little slow in responding to his inquiry. He asked me what room I was playing in, and it took me a little while to respond. And I'm not really in a Savage Deviljho mood, you know. But apparently I'm willing to do Apex Deviljho, okay. Tifo's going elemental heavy bowgun with ruthlessness. I mean, presumably he's doing elemental heavy bowgun. As you can see, 4 Ultimate is one of those games where you can get amazing sets. Just the skills that you can have are crazy. Especially if you compare, like if you compare this loadout to say 3 Ultimate, it's almost incomparable. To be able to get Honed Blade with these skills, utterly impossible in 3 Ultimate. Because Honed Blade was just considered to be a much better skill than it was treated in this game. Honed Blade is almost treated like a normal skill here. I have a set where Honed Blade is one of like 6 positive skills, all of which are functional and damage related. Pretty crazy if you think about it. But yeah, Honed Blade on a greatsword set. There you go. Admittedly, I don't have critical draw or anything like that, but I consider the benefits of Honed Blade to be quite obvious. Alright, so I am switching to this screen again. Do not want to forget. Again, guys, if I depart on a hunt with both screens visible, please let me know, because I do not want to be hunting with both. Really? This is a particularly good charm? Well, I suppose, well, Edge Master +4, Sharpener +6. Am I even making use of the Sharpener? I wouldn't, is it as good as it? Maybe it is very good. Edge Master +4, oh, Tifa has disconnected. That's a real shame. We are now 2-manning a fucking Apex Deviljho. Should we return? Maybe we should return. Oh, I see. Tifa forgot ammunition. That's not great. I don't think it would have been worth sticking around under those circumstances. Oh, I do it sometimes too. Albeit rarely, but it does actually happen that I will depart without any ammo and a bowgun, and I just have to say to people, look, I'm sorry, we have to do this again because I cannot contribute at the moment. Oh dear. It's not the sort of thing that can possibly happen when you have a separate gunner inventory, by the way. It's one of the good things about having a separate gunner pouch, which is how they did it in Try and 3 Ultimate. The Apex Predator. To be honest, I'm not really looking forward to fighting this thing. Banes, you'll have to leave and rejoin. If you can't see the hub, let me know and I will rehub, as they say. Because, again, multiplayer is not always perfect here with 4 Ultimate, so sometimes we do have to do weird things where we remake the hub because it effectively breaks. But yeah, let me know. If you can't see it, then we'll have to rehub. I'm just going to remake it anyway. Oh, okay. Banes is going to head off. You can come back, Tifa. Banes is not coming back. He didn't have much time to play. Again, thank you, Banes, for joining me. You saved the live stream, and it was to be my first live stream where I could actually comfortably play this game. The very first one, where I could play it at 60 FPS and have it run properly, so I'm glad that you afforded me that opportunity. Hopefully that other guy's gonna come. Lucky. I suppose I was so slow in my response that he's gone and done something else now. Possibly. Oh, he is a 30 FPS player, and the problem with that is that he may disconnect if he tries to hunt with us. Because if you do have people playing at different frame rates, it is the worst thing for network stability. I'm in the unenviable situation where I am two-manning an Apex Deviljho. You see, oh, hello. I forgot to eat, but that's okay. It's alright, we're not gonna have a situation where we have to run away again. Oh. I'm, by the way, not going to be using my drive stone until Tifa enters the room. I think the legs might be soft. We'll see. Oh, that was not the legs. Wow, says the Deviljho. Wow. He sounds ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Really should have done the drive stone second, but whatever. That's rather nasty range you've got there, Deviljho. Yeah, hurry up. You nasty motherfucker. That's right, I've got my slap in this game. Hurry up and jump so that I can get in position. Yeah, Deviljho is currently focused on Tifa, so I can get in there and... Oh, fuck, I needed high-grade earplugs for this. I can't believe... That's right, Rocksteady isn't as good in this game. I forgot. Rocksteady, I'm so used to the effectiveness of... whatever it is, 3 Ultimate Rocksteady. This is not 3 Ultimate, so I actually needed high-grade earplugs for this. Damn it. I can't remember what monsters I need high-grade earplugs for in this game. Fucking Y-Stone effect is worn off. I hate this shit. I absolutely hate it. Now we have to... Now I literally have to wait until I can fucking use it again. How ridiculous is that? I am... No, and I'm dead. This is a joke. I hate you. I absolutely hate you. I mean, to be honest, two-manning was a terrible idea. And I'm starting to regret it. Oh, you play at 30 FPS as well? Okay. Well, as long as you don't disconnect, I guess. Tifa, do you really want to do this? Because if we two-man this is going to take a while. I can sense it. I'll leave it in your hands. Mind's Eye does not work against Apex monsters. You need to have the drive Y-Stone to be able to hit them properly. Not a bad idea, but unfortunately, yes, you do actually require the drive stone. I was correct in that the legs are soft, but I can't really hit them consistently. As you can fucking tell. This really sucks. This is just... This was a terrible idea. Tifa seems willing to do it. So... Oh yes, and by the way, the reason why I have an element stone is because unless I have the element stone in effect, I won't be able to deal any elemental damage to this monster. This is so bad. This is complete shit. How did you even hit me at that angle, you bastard? I can't believe it. That's just unfair. See, I feel like his ability to hit you is far worse in this game compared to 3 Ultimate. His hitbox is just worse. Way worse. Thank you! Fucking hell. Now it's a regular Deviljho hunt again. Thank God. This is where we start to make real progress in the damn hunt. Look at me. As you can see, I do have the Frenzy virus in effect, so I'm not getting any red health whatsoever. I think he's leaving the area. Bloody nasty. Alright, let's deal as much damage as we can during this period. Essentially, the more people you have to fight the Apex monster, the better, because the ideal scenario is to get the monster out of the Apex mode with one single drivestone use. You don't want to be waiting and essentially being unable to hit the monster properly during that time. It is really bad that I do not have the ability to resist this guy's roar. It's really fucking bad. Can I get him there? Fucking missed him. I want him to come forward a little bit so that I can get a mount off. There we go. This is really unideal because I just lost my sharpness level right as I mounted, which means that I'm going to be taking advantage of this mount with less than full damage, which is fucking annoying. Alright. Try and get in there. Deal as much damage as I fucking can. I'll settle for... Ah! You can see why I was settling for less than full damage there. Because I knew I was going to miss with that reposition on the part of the Deviljho. Is it worth sharpening? I think so. Let's do it. Oh, I forgot to bring whetstones, guys. Who would have thought? I happen to have 9 of them because I didn't use all of them. Oh, fuck. Let's use our stones quickly. Shut up! Unfortunately, and this is really unfortunate, we can't actually make use of that trap alongside the exhaustion. Because, yeah, he's in Apex form now. What a fucking shit show. Of course I missed you. Yes, come on. What are you doing? Jesus. That was scary. And I swear I was just affected by tremor whilst being in midair, which should be physically impossible. Look, I'm almost out of my drive. I'm halfway through my fucking drivestone and I've barely hit this asshole. God, I hate these fucking Apex hunts. They're terrible. They're just awful. And they're desperately awful when we're only two-manning. Fucking hell, stop moving. I mean, what a thing to say when I'm using a greatsword, but seriously, are you actually going to combo? Thankfully, he didn't commit to that, but holy god. Talk about a nasty combo. I couldn't have done anything in that moment. I had no fucking stamina at all to evade that. He could not have comboed me more perfectly than he did in that moment. What a joke. I don't have any max potions left. This is so shit. Yeah, alright, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is... I mean, actually I won't. I've probably got plenty of max potions. I'll live with the lost resources. I don't want to have to rehab, you know. Anyway, that was shit. That was a bad idea. And my disappointment was entirely predictable. That definitely could have been better, but what we really should have done was decided against two-manning this once Bane's left the picture. Alright. What is going on? Did the game just freeze? The game just crashed. Fucking hell. I don't know if that's a network-related thing or something else, but the emulator just crashed, and that's not great. Not great at all. Come on, just... What are you doing? Okay, thank you. Psycho Pickle Rat, yes. Probably network. Okay. Now, let's get back into FAD3, if I can find it. FAD3, there we go. Hopefully I've still got that password on my clipboard. I don't know what happened with that password. I swear to God, we were using the same password, Baines and I. And yet I couldn't get in. But when I copied the one that he was using, which I believe to be exactly the same, it worked. So I've got no fucking idea. Anyway. I will host another haul, yeah. Because basically, if I join Tifa under these circumstances, that would be a broken hub and we wouldn't be able to connect properly. Alright, what would I like to get? I need to do some Rajang, actually. Ghoulish Gold Gora, but I don't really want a 2-man though. Let's do some standard Teostra. That sounds like fun. I'm happy to do that. We'll see if I've got a gun lance to use. I think I was making the Plesioth gun lance in this game. I haven't actually made it yet. Maybe I did make it, we'll see. No, it doesn't look like it. I'm still in the process of making it. Evidently. Oh no. Yeah, that's not yet fully upgraded. What did I need for it? Let's have a look. Are you serious? We're gonna fucking redo Apex Deviljho. You really want to do that? Why? Fuck. Okay, fine. I'll bring a better loadout as well. I have remade the lobby, yes. Alright, apparently Tifa wants to do that quest again. I'm not gonna argue, because I need my hunter. My one hunter keeping this live stream going. Fucking hell. What will I use? I'm not using sword and shield, no way. Maybe a gunner loadout. I'll bring Piers. Which would mean that I would bring a power stone because obviously an elemental stone would not be helpful here. Revenge time, apparently. Yeah, alright. If you say so. The place where you go to change your stones is just here in Dundorma. Bit further down. I really did not teleport to the right place, obviously. It's not with you, is it? Maybe it is with you. Select Y stones. Drive and force, please. Alright. Very good. Reposition things, if you don't mind. That's my phone falling over. Here we are. Very good. Move the mic into a position where it's comfortable for you. Doomlink, that is the way to do it. Alright. I said that I had plenty of max potions, and it turns out that I fucking don't. I fucking don't. Shit. Let me see what's going on. Do I have any nutrients whatsoever? I do not. How do I make nutrients again? Here we go. Fuck. It's one of those days, man. Nutrients. Oh. Okay. Thank you. Well, I'm sure you have plenty of them. But let me try and combine for this stuff. If I don't have the materials, then so be it. It seems that I have plenty of this stuff. Blue mushrooms and god bugs. Maybe not plenty, but I have enough to make some nutrients at least. Alright. Now, mega nutrients with... or rather, to form mega nutrients, I must use honey. That's fine. Do bear with me. I'm getting there. And I have enough dragon toadstools. That's good. Thankfully. I've got no idea what resources I have in this game at this stage. I'm just feeling my way through it. Alright. We are under control, and thank you for the max potions, of course. I must eat. I don't want to forget to do that. Pyro and Ultra Lucky Cat. Why not? What a powerful flavor. Yes. Ammunition. I need to purchase some Pierce level 3, and I will certainly bring combination materials for at least Pierce level 1. I don't know if I have much pin tuner in this game. I have a feeling that I don't. Let's have a look. Pin tuner? No. Fucking 33. Alright, huskberries and what? Bird wyvern fangs, I think? That's what we're gonna have to bring for this. Wherever my bird wyvern fangs are. I've got plenty of fucking regular wyvern fangs, my god. What is going on with my combination materials? This is pathetic. Oh, has it gone back to Velociprey Fang? Or is it Bird Wyvern Claw? Let's have a look, shall we? Doomlink can't remember his combinations. You dick. Come on. What is it? Pierce level 1. Latchberry. Sorry, I keep forgetting. They totally change it in this game. They also did the same thing in Monster Hunter Generations, but I had forgotten that they did the whole Latchberry thing here in this game too. That's crazy. I mean, you can see that at one time I did know. At one time I did know, but I had since forgotten. And apparently I can only bring 60, which is unpleasant. 60 is such a random number. I will actually buy some whetstones, not because I need them now, because I will need them in the future, and I don't want to forget them. Alright. What the fuck was that? Alright, that will do. Apparently status is going to make this real easy. Can't wait. Can't wait for my easy hunt. I'm so excited. Oh. Alright. My really cool looking armor set. I'm really excited. This set truly is unpleasant to look at, but as I say, it's functional. Very functional. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to inform you, and you are probably already aware of this, but you're going to be seeing a whole lot more 4 Ultimate from now on my channel. A whole lot more 4 Ultimate. Oh god, go away, man. Let me do my force thing. Oh, okay, well, I can't do force because I have to take advantage of this fucking paralysis, my god. Okay, so this is going to be a rather different scenario to the last quest, I think. I've just got a sense for the fact that this Deviljho really is not going to have a good day. This Hermitor is actually unwilling to interrupt me. Look at him go. He was running after nothing. He actually took steps to run away from me in that moment. Maybe I'm so intimidating with my damage output that he doesn't want to mess with me at all. Now he's confused. He doesn't know where he's going. Yeah, that is definitely a confused Hermitor. Wow. Looking good, though. Looking very good. Says the Deviljho. I don't really need to be imitating him at this point. No, alright. I've been egging you on, Hermitor, but... and then he immediately dies. I almost feel sorry for him. Almost. I wish I had combination materials for Pierce level 3, but I don't. Alright. Load up. I'm waiting for that fucking Apex mode. Wouldn't it be nice if he died before he could get into his Apex mode again? I would love that. It may actually be health related, but I don't think it is. I think it's actually a time related thing. Well, there he is again. Maybe it is health related. My drive stone still hasn't recharged. I'm just going to shoot normal in the feet. Because it's going to be pointless to shoot the body. Oh. I think I managed to hit him from underneath. Oh, what the fuck was that? That was truly awful. Oh, you're going to combo me, are you? Good for you, mate. You'd better recover from this. Fast enough for me to avoid that attack. Alright. I think my drive stone has now recharged. I will use my force stone first. That would be the sensible thing to do. Please don't interrupt me as I do this. Very good. No, not normal shot. Fucking hell, get your pierce out, man. It's a drastic change to the fight when he enters Apex mode. Everything slows down a little bit, you know. But I'm going to try and prevent that as much as I can. I've got my drive stone active. And I am dealing as much damage as I can right now. Very good. Yeah, this is a much better way to fight. Oh, I prefer this, thank you. I feel like the fact that I'm dealing decent DPS now as opposed to the last quest is probably what's creating the biggest difference here. It's not just the paralysis. I mean, the paralysis is obviously helpful, but quite obviously my pierce is really making a difference. Nope. I don't think he will survive long enough to actually get to his next Apex level. That's what I'm hoping anyway. That's definitely what I'm hoping. Ironically, I'm probably not actually going to get what I want from this quest. I want a Deviljho gem, you see, and while it is easier to get from G rank hunts as opposed to high rank hunts, there's no guarantee that I'll get it, so at this stage I consider this to be more of an entertaining hunt than a hunt to achieve something in particular. An objective-based hunt, I suppose one would say. Sorry. I need to remember that I'm playing this game, and not Generations Ultimate. Oh my god, I was within range of that. Very good. Nicely done. He always hits the ground so hard when he dies. Deviljho Ripper. What a ripper, mate. Hey, I carved a gem. What a ripper, indeed. You're a bloody ripper, mate. So I got the gem that I needed. I'll need to... I got 2 of them, thank you, game. The game has rewarded me most fulsomely. What's the ping for? What's over there? I'm currently gathering at a shiny. Is there another one over there? Okay. Well. This is like posing in front of the Jurassic Park T-Rex mock-up at the amusement park in the 90s, you know. Family photo. Alright. Well, I didn't get one in the reward, so it's just as well that I carved two, hey? Wouldn't you say? These are the ones that I need. It's not the frenzy crystals that I need, it's the fucking wyvern gems. These are the ones that I fucking need. Oh my god. The reason why I have none is because I've been using them all. If you are actually making lots of weapons and trying to get them to their highest levels, you will be using these gems a lot. That's why I don't have any. It's sad. Gloves off +7, tenderizer +3, not too bad, but I won't take it. I shall not. Alright, hunter rank 542. You can see the very clear difference between this game's hunter rank system and 3 Ultimate. Try and 3 Ultimate were very different. The hunter rank really meant something in that game, whereas here, they give you a lot of HRP. A lot. Pretty sure it's even worse in Generations Ultimate though. I have no doubt that it's worse in that game. I hit hunter rank 999 in Generations Ultimate without any difficulty at all. Didn't even feel like that much of a journey. Just happened. Yes, I think we will do Teostra next. That guy who... Like, what the hell? I can't believe that he never got back to me. He essentially said to me, hey. Oh, I'm guessing Anson is... Anson is probably telling me to use his server to find people to play with. I'm guessing. Apparently I was pinged here. He still nicknamed me Draculiar, but with the incorrect spelling of liar on his server. Anson's very funny. It's possible that Anson will come and play. We'll see what happens. Sorry for taking so long. I'm going to check to see what I needed a gem for. It was... See, Deus Charge Blade. Is that the last thing that I needed for it? That is the question. No, not the... Go to Dundorma, please. Alright. But yeah, we might get Anson in here. He's saying that he can play for Ultimate, and he's asking if we're still playing, so... Yeah, I'd say that he does want to actually hunt. That's really gross. Veined Graveblade. Did you really have to call it veined? I don't want to know. Fucking hell. I actually am not intending on making this greatsword, by the way. I forged this back in high rank. So, yeah, I've no desire to make it at this stage. I think I may have made it in high rank because I could. I don't think I really wanted a high affinity greatsword. But anyway. What was it again that I was making? It was the Charge Blade. Sideus Charge Blade. The Haboob. Haboobies. I still need a luminous organ. Oh, that's what it is. I need to trade it with the Wycoon. Luminous organ. Trade materials. Come on. Deviljho gem. Alright, so this will allow us to forge the Deus. What is that? Oh. I've apparently got the Zamtrius fin plus that I needed. Maybe I got it from that. Oh, how about that? When I randomly... Okay, so before actually beginning the VOD that you guys are seeing on YouTube at the moment, not literally at this moment, but what you will be seeing in the future, I did a test run with a Zamtrios. It just so happened that I did need to kill high-rank Zamtrios, and I actually have the fins that I need to forge the next upgrade of this particular charge blade. So, okay, this is an element file one. I'm surprised that I'm forging it, to be honest. Maybe I have a separate loadout for element file switch, or charge blade rather, I don't know. Let's just focus on this for now. Deus Regalia. I'm happy to see that I now need another large Elder Dragon gem. I'd better add that to the fucking list. Times 4. As opposed to times 3. Need a deep dragon gem as well. What does that require? Must be a Deviljho crook. Strange that... Oh no, it's a contrary scale. Well, fucking hell. Guess we'll be doing some chaotic Gogmazios. For a second I thought Deviljho had been chosen as the counterpart monster to Deus for this game, but no, I suppose that's not true. Alright, I'm ready to do some Teostra. I might bring an Awaken loadout for this one. I've got Awaken Greatsword, and I think Awaken something else. Didn't I make another Awaken set? Whatever, we will bring Awaken Greatsword. Do I have an Awaken Water Greatsword? That is the question. That one is not Awaken. I don't appear to have an Awaken Water Greatsword as of yet. What about an Awaken Dragon Greatsword? That is the question. Okay, I don't think I do. No. I might have to change my mind on this one. Oh yes, I think I was using the... Is it the GX? Crimson Fatalis. Yeah, GX Crimson Fatalis. Here we go. Enlightened Blade. So I'll use this in conjunction with... Wait, Kibamaru isn't Awaken. No. What's this? Oh, this is water. Atlantica. Let's use this. This is a bit of a blast from the past. This is very Freedom Unite. Very good. Yes, I would love to become famous, my goodness. And thank you for asking, bot. Operation Fire Extinguisher. In the battle quarters. Very good. But yeah, GX Crimson Fatalis I suppose is my general use Blade Master Awaken loadout. I think I was wanting to make a specific one for some other weapons. You can see, like for example, Hammer. But you can see this is pretty reasonable. I mean, Guts... I suppose it could come in handy if I'm blasted and I get hit really heavily by Teostra here. But Guts isn't really going to be as helpful as it could be. If this were level 140, then sure. Most definitely. But it's not. And if you're used to level 140 Elder Dragons, wow. The standard ones are very easy to find. You're right, Tal. What am I waiting for? I'm playing 4 Ultimate. There are millions of people out there in the world who want to watch 4 Ultimate. I just need to tap into the potential. That's all I need to do. People who have never seen 4 Ultimate before will suddenly wish that they had found it sooner. Because it's all about me, baby. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm floating. Sorry, I forgot that they'd actually made changes to this location. This place is most certainly I think it was first introduced in Monster Hunter DOS. Yeah, it's a second gen location, and it was a little different, but that's alright. Yeah, you shut up. This is an opportunity to hit the back legs. We do have Tifa with the Insect Glaive, which means we're going to be getting a bit of mounting. It seems that Tifa's using a relic Insect Glaive that deals paralysis damage. Or paralysis status, I should say. Technically, paralysis doesn't deal damage. That's not how that works. It's worth mentioning that Longsword, quite uniquely in Monster Hunter 4 and 4 Ultimate, does not permanently retain its red level of charge. It will eventually run out of it. No matter what. You can't just keep getting successful spirit combos and returning it to full. It will always run out. Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. There was one person that I did play with in the past who found that to be just this almost weapon-breaking problem. He just couldn't reconcile the fact that he couldn't keep his red gauge with his longsword, and it never bothered me. I never really cared at all. I suppose because I'm not longsword obsessed. Are you kidding me? That managed to hit me? Fucking hell, I was behind his head, for goodness sake. What do you want from me? You bastard. I'm still in that honeymoon period where I almost can't believe that I'm playing this game while live and it's just running perfectly. It's so good. Because I've waited for so fucking long to be able to do this. It's like a dream come true. I'm so happy that today was the day. God, I love that fucking hit lag though. Oh. I suppose one of the good things about the endgame of 4 Ultimate is that it does have the Awaken endgame, which is what I prefer to... I guess what I have chosen to do in place of it in Generations Ultimate, which is the Blunt Elemental Weapon endgame. Essentially the idea is that instead of using... I mean, you would accumulate your ideal element for each weapon type as far as a weapon is concerned, and then you would have an awakened version of that because you want a bit more variety. But yeah, I enjoy that very much. I think just the full rejection of the Guild Quest endgame is the way I'm going to do things here. Tifa is probably not in need of support, but I'm going to support him anyway. Pretty sure he consumed a max potion anyway, so I didn't technically save him. Oh, come on. The width of your hitbox is actually worse than it was in 2nd gen, for goodness sake. What's that about? You can see that my red gauge is running out, slowly but surely. I think they're actually making up for that whole design by giving me more charge in my longsword with each successive hit. Or each successful hit, actually. To say successive hit would almost suggest that it gets better with each successive hit, but that's not true. I'm really hoping to flinch you here. And thank you for the immediate heal, almost as if you anticipated the fact that I was going to get hit there. Oh, very good. Feels good to be able to break the head without dragon damage. Oh no, I'm back at fucking standard charge. The longsword is now unusable. This weapon type is garbage. Well, actually, the weapon type is garbage, but not for that reason, you see. It encourages a little bit of mindless gameplay. Or gameplay that I would call a little bit mindless, that's what I mean. It's very easy to use longsword and just win without putting much effort in, I suppose. You do well for low effort. That sort of weapon really is not the sort of thing that you would encourage people to use, but some people use it. I use longsword every now and again, because it is fun. I enjoy it. It's a fun weapon type. But I don't think it's good to be one of those people who is almost unwilling to use anything else. Yeah, of course, I agree with you. Longsword is still a very good weapon type, despite how they balanced the red gauge in this game. That's why I think it's ridiculous that some people just can't handle that change. To me, it's a sensible way of balancing it, and it's still very good, so... Well, there you go. They've actually balanced out the balancing attempt by making red gauge last longer than others, despite the fact that it eventually resets. So, there you go. It lasts 3 minutes. Well, that's a big deal. Imagine complaining about that sort of thing. I was doing that quest for large elder dragon gems, actually. Didn't get one, but that's alright. Carnivore +4, stamina +3, that is garbage. Alright. Hello, we are hunting with the same people, except it is now the next day. I ended up hunting with 4 people in that previous recording, and it caused the emulator to run like shit. I'm going to try and avoid hunting with 4 people going forward, which may be difficult. I don't know how I'm going to broach the subject. I'm just going to be like, by the way, leave, because my game runs like shit when you're here. We are doing Gold Rathian because I still need a Rathian mantle, and I deem this to be one of the best quests to do for it. We have to deal with the Mindguard sweetheart chatting to us again, which maybe is appealing to some, but not to me. Yes, Paul, my long-time Russian viewer, who's been watching me from pretty much the beginning of my live streaming, I don't want to say career, but I guess we'll say career, he informs us forcefully that no Asians are allowed. So, yeah, no Asians. Here we go, I've got to sleep. I will do my Wyvern Fire, if you would be so kind as to allow me to do it. Thank you. I do it on the head because I'll get a better chance to... or a better chance of getting a mantle if the head is broken. I do recognise that the head is not a weak point. I do have to clarify these things, otherwise someone's going to tell me not to aim for it. There we go, it's broken now, I don't have to aim for it. I am shielding, because what I intend to do is reload my gun lance, but I don't want to have to deal with, you know, a big tail swing to the face. Of course, no attacking the monster is permitted. We're not going to be doing any of that. I'm in the worst fucking position. I could not have been in a worse position. I'm telling you. I don't... No! That was the most dysfunctional fucking moment. I mean, obviously the sleep had failed, but I guess Tifa was going for that bomb anyway. I don't trust you for a moment, Rathian. I really don't. Okay. Yeah, you getting it. That was dangerous. I do like the design of this gun lance. Obviously it's got the super crimson look to it. I should do some super crimson at some point. In fact, I should do Gogmazios just for fun. Is it raining outside? I think that's the sound of rain. And if that's the sound of rain, it must be raining a shitload. In which case, I suppose that's rather comfy. Isn't it the most pleasant thing when you're just sitting inside, it's nice and warm and dry, and you just hear the wild weather outside? It's nice, it's a nice feeling. Unfortunately, there are lots of parts of this monster that are really well armored. I was just bouncing with purple sharpness there. I'm going to get in position for that wing because I'm sick of failing to hit that thing. Did you just see lag compensation at work there? I failed to make contact with the monster, and yet my blast procced. So that's literally, I guess, your clearest indication that lag compensation absolutely takes place. So if you are playing multiplayer, and you're attacking the monster but you're missing just slightly, the damage is most likely being applied anyway. So don't worry so much about it, would be my advice. There you go. My poke probably didn't actually assist in knocking him down, or knocking her down there, jeez. Gotta get my genders right. Let me drop my bombs as well, please. I don't have speed set up, but they're still good regardless. Are you doing SAED? Yes, you are. That was an AED in actual fact. What a good run. What a good run. Gold Rathian shard. I will cross my fingers and hope that we get a mantle. I'd say my luck is good enough to have it happen here on camera. Hello, Beta. Citra is treating me like shit, Beta, but things are going well for the moment. I don't even want to talk about it. Honestly, emulating Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate has been the most stressful fucking experience of my video creating career. It's just, it's been truly awful, but I think we're getting to the point where everything is calming down and hopefully running consistently and well. It just seems that I do have to draw a red line and say no one can fucking enter this room if they're the fourth player. Now, I'm sure you guys were saying, oh yeah, rightio Doomlink, your luck is good enough to get a mantle. Well, yeah, not just that, it's good enough to get 2. Enjoy it. Yummy. I will take those and I will savor them. Goodness. That actually was quite beyond my expectations. I would guarantee that one of those was for breaking the head, by the way. Breaking the head if you're looking for a mantle is a big deal. You have to do that. It's also helpful to cut the tail, which was not done, but that's alright. I'm sure we can live with that. Maybe I could have gotten 3 mantles if I did that. Alright. I can't remember what I was saying before I got those mantles, but I think I... Oh yes, I said that I need to ensure that no one comes in here if we've already got 3 people, because that's when things are going to not run quite so well. It is unfortunate that that is the situation, but yeah, I can't allow for anyone else to enter this room at this stage. Because if I do, oh god, Henzeru, your connection... Where is he even from? I don't even think it's a geographical issue. I think that it's that his internet is actually terrible. As a part Asian, you're leaving. Okay, well. You're not welcome here anyway. Paul, get out. We've got a rare 2 Rajang. I will bring pickaxes. That would be rather foolish of me not to bring them. And totally out of character, I must say. Totally out of character. I need to purchase some whetstones. That will happen. I think... why do I have 4 combo books there? That's more than I usually carry. I'll just keep with 3. I keep them there because I don't want to remove them and then have to put them back in at some point. I just keep them there forever. Taking up, at this stage, 3 slots in my pouch. So it's Rajang again, is it? I was enjoying that hunting horn business. Let's do it again. because that's actually technically not going to be on camera, so... we did this quest before, but it wasn't rare, and so... yeah, I'm going to do the hunting horn business again. There's just something about Rajang. I'm not in the mood for getting close to a Rajang right now, so I'm just going to move around at high speed with self-improvement active with my hunting horn, boosting the damage of these two guys. I feel a whole lot better doing that. More comfortable. You will, on occasion, end up seeing the bottom screen. I don't know when I'm going to show it, but yeah, it's not going to happen too often. I've just eaten for Exchanger. I'm informing you of this fact because you couldn't see the bottom screen. May as well show you the bottom screen now. This is the reason why I don't show it. It's because it's fucking ugly. I mean, look at this. Everything becomes smaller overall because you have to fit both of them into that same aspect ratio, and it's bad. It's not nice. Also, yeah, it's fucking raining outside. In a big way. There's a whole lot of black on this screen when I guess it's letterboxed. That's what people say. And I'm not really so much a fan of that either. Thank you for the raid, Garukabra. It's an interesting name. Alright, am I prepared for this hunt? That is the question. Yes, I am. Quite fortunately, I have purchased my whetstones. I can give myself a good pat on the back for that one. You like your frog, Garukabra. Well, I'm really glad to have been informed of that. I'll do my obligatory resource collecting. You know what, that will suffice. I don't need more than that. This is not a difficult quest. I hope Henzuru didn't enter first. He better not have. We'll know if he did. I need to quickly boost the team damage as quickly as I can. I mean, you say big raid P-Berry, but you're not going to notice a fucking difference in the chat, alright? So you can tell when a raid is going to be active and when it's not going to be, and this is one of those not so active ones. That's alright. I will do my defense next. Here we go. Will I be able to encore without being interrupted? Looks like I might be able to. Oh! That was dangerously close to being an interruption. This is why I don't like getting close to this guy. You have to be really patient with him, and I'm not. In terms of the combo that I opt for with Hunting Horn in Mulsanna 4 Ultimate, I try to keep with the traditional combo. What was, in actual fact, just the standard triangle combo of 2nd gen is now XA, XA in that order. And that's what I keep with. Some people just do the A combo, which is effectively a double hit. It's this here. And to be honest, I don't think it's as good. I'm quite sure that damage distribution is better by alternating between X and A. That's my understanding of it. If that's not true, then I'm going to continue living in ignorance, if you can forgive me. Oh, come to think of it, I think I ended up keeping the... yes, I ended up keeping the dual screen appearance. Again, I have to inform you all that if I do accidentally keep both of them up, you're going to have to let me know, because I do not intend to keep them both there. It looks awful. That's part of the reason why I'm really not bringing them both up as often as I could be. It's because almost invariably I forget to change back to the single screen view. It's the case of out of sight, out of mind. I do not actively monitor my OBS windows, so I don't realize sometimes that I've kept both screens visible. It truly does look awful. Here we go again. Well, P-Berry's telling me after the fact now. But yes, everything is under control once more. The game doesn't look like absolute shit, which is encouraging. As for, I'm not too sure what you're talking about, Texley. I'm also not too sure how to pronounce your name, which I understand is a requirement for the vast majority of people who make Twitch accounts, but if the question is, why am I attacking the void? I think you might be unsure as to how the hunting horn works, but that's okay. I will do some mining, even though it's probably not worth it at level 130. This is really not all that impressive. God damn it. In fact, it is worthwhile gathering at these things. Maybe not. To my memory it was worthwhile, but now I feel like I have to abjure that remark. Hold on. We managed to hear that roar from 2 areas away. I was expecting him to be in the next one if we could hear it, but that was not the case at all. This is not the Primal Forest, no, this is a guild quest location, unless you asked that as a joke. I don't know. I don't want to assume that it was a joke, it's just... I suppose some people don't have much experience with 4 Ultimate. You can see with how the areas work, it's quite different from the norm. Oh, God, that was dangerous. Here we go. It's very important that I top this up. I do enjoy the fact that the Rajang music is the music that plays during this confrontation, but as I said, or wait, I don't think that ended up on camera. Basically, I do prefer to hunt monsters in the natural environments. This place just feels like a battleground that it's a bit randomized, it's not very meaningful, at least not in my opinion. And so I don't like hunting here. It's one of the reasons why the end game of 4 Ultimate doesn't impress me all that much. Ugh. The temptation to hit the head when it's right in front of you is... See, this is why I need to stop being so impatient with this monster. You can't just attack the head simply because it's there. You have to be assured of the fact that he's not going to suddenly jump at you. That's one of the problems with this monster. Of course, the solution, as is the case with many things, it is to be patient. Well, this was also in the original Monster Hunter 4. Alright, let's use the max potion. I'm assuming that it'll be dead by the time I get there, to be honest. My most active contribution is through the damage boost that I give to the team, and quite frankly it's still active, so... Even though I'm not hitting the monster, I consider myself to be contributing in some way. There is also, however, the possibility that it has stopped working, or worn off, I guess, whatever. Alright. As you can see, I have quite a distance to travel, which was part of the reason why I suspected that the monster would die by the time I got back there. I would like to be there for the killing strike. The killing blow. I should mention that anything that takes place on the right of my character is actually... Well, how do I say? It cannot be heard. I only have one earphone in at the moment. And there is a reason why. I'm not going to get into it. Because it's a long discussion that's not really all that interesting. But basically, if it does seem as if the audio cues, despite how obvious they are actually not helping me in any way, it's because, well, it was probably on the right side, therefore in the right audio channel, and I didn't hear it. So, yeah, for example, I entered that area, and even though the audio cues would suggest that the confrontation was on the right, I was sort of looking around going, oh, where's the confrontation? So, you know, if I had heard that, that would have been fine, but I didn't. So, it's a little weird. May as well do some mining. I did bring pickaxes after all. Oh. Oh, got a distorted fragment. Not very exciting. One good thing, I suppose, is that you don't have to worry so much about money in this game. You end up selling so many relic armor pieces and weapons. That is if you're doing the lower level stuff here. The relics that you get at this level are really not all that worthwhile. I don't think they start getting worthwhile until maybe level 137, 138. All the rarity 8 stuff, for the most part, not worth it. Oops. There we go. The Graven charms, however, are very good. Very good. No shortage of money. See how insanely fast I'm ranking up here? It's actually ridiculous. Totally different from 3 Ultimate. And try, obviously. But the more relevant comparison would be 3 Ultimate to this game. There is a difference of 1 number between the 2 names. Now, I suppose it's my turn to post. I did get the Rathian mantles that I needed. I'll check to see what I was going to use them for. Oh, I did not actually write down what I needed a Rathian mantle for, so I have to go and figure it out. Great. If you're wondering why I go to Valhalla to do all of my crafting and whatever else, it's because it just feels like the most comfortable place to do it. I don't really have an explanation for it, it just feels right. Dundorma is not as intuitive to me, I suppose. And also, it would be further to walk, so I'm not going to do that. If you know that the layout of Dundorma, it's less convenient than Valhalla, so yeah. What I need to do is essentially check my equipment and see what requires a Rathian mantle. It must be something rarity 8 or rarity 9. So I'll have a look around. It's also technically possible that it's a rarity 7 thing, but less likely, you know. Well, I can see where I need my 2, or rather 4, ghoulish gold goras. Oh yeah, I can actually continue upgrading that, which I think I will do. Oh, don't tell me we just got a 4th. Oh, Notice how the game is already running at a lower fucking speed. This is terrible, I have to tell the person to leave. Is the person here? Lotto. I'm going to be as polite as I can. Even if I lower the game speed, even if I lower the resolution, it's still going to be unstable. 4 people just doesn't work, so I have to ask the person to leave the room. Hopefully they graciously do so, If not, then I will have no choice but to literally change servers and hope that they don't follow me, but... Yeah, this person is on the server, so I can effectively communicate with them, but I can't hunt. It's so frustrating that... You know what I can do? In future when I make the room... Now, Tifa has made the hub because... we needed to rehub at one point, so Tifa went and became the host, but... basically, I can probably set a play limit of 3, which I will do from now on, because this is just not working at all. You can hear how fucking slow it is. This Lotto person is quite irresponsibly not responding to the ping, so I have to try and tell them in the room chat. Yeah, it is definitely suffering. As I'm sure you can attest to, things have been very smooth up until this point, but... Oh, Lotto says, I see, NP. Thank you. Well, communicating in the emulator chat was enough. Well... Lotto will shortly leave the area. There we go. Oh my god, things are still fucked up after that. That's how fucked up... Wow, hold on. Maybe if I change locations, that'll reset the instance. The instability that introduced into my session was so intense that even after the person had left, the game continued to run at like 80% speed. Holy shit. That's a... bloody nightmare. Anyway, so I'm still having to look and see what here requires. Oh yeah, I was going to level this up. May as well, huh? Yeah, I had a feeling I'd be able to forge it all the way. I now have a fully upgraded ice elemental charge blade, which is nice. Okay. I've got no idea what requires Rathian mantles, and to be honest, I'm not going to try and figure it out now. I'm going to... ask for a Daora hunt. Or not just ask for it, I'm going to bloody post it. That's how we're going to do this. Just a standard one will do. I will change my equipment. We'll do sword and shield, huh? I think that'll be fun. Yeah, that's good. I like that. No, either someone left or someone fucking joined. Oh, who turn, asks Henzuru. Me, but obviously he's not keeping track of what's going on outside of the, I don't know, room. Do I have Kushala? I don't seem to have him. This is one thing that I fucking hate about the Elder Dragons, how sometimes they're there and other times they're not. That's really stupid. I think that's utterly dumb. It's just inconvenient and for no good reason. What the fuck were they thinking? Maybe I'll just post one of my guild quests. I'm sure I've got a Kushala guild quest. Here we go, level 129. We'll just post that. I have to, because I don't have the standard one. This is probably going to be slightly stronger than a... whatever it's called. Standard Kushala Daora at G rank level, but yeah. Yeah, that too, Beta. It's because that guy was Asian that he had to be removed. That's precisely what happened. See how many views it's got now. Sorry, it's slowing the game down to check other things. 72 views and it was uploaded 6 hours ago. Not too bad. It's decent uptake. But yeah, I'm sort of hoping that it gets picked up, you know. Doesn't have to be very well, you know, I'm not looking for much. A few thousand views will do me, but it may not pick up that well. It is outside my hands. Alrighty. Apparently, Tifa was not aware that, you know, a conversation had taken place in the emulator chat. But yeah, that person will not be returning, fortunately. It's funny how 4 people just immediately causes it to shit. You would think that if it can run with 3 people pretty much perfectly, and consistently have no issues whatsoever, that 4 people wouldn't cause it to tank, but it does. It's just a shit show, and quite frankly, I don't want to deal with it. Next time I will limit it to 3 people if I can, which I should be able to. That should be something that's possible. If it does become an issue, I will request a rehub, and I will post the next hub, and limit it to 3 people. It's not going to stop people from joining the Citrus session. But as long as they don't end up in the room with me in-game, it's not going to cause issues. I do agree that in terms of multiplayer and being inclusive within the community, it's not really a good thing. But there is no other option for me, unfortunately. And I do generally prefer to hunt with more people as opposed to less. But you know what I prefer even more? A game that's running at full speed. Strange, I know. Oh god. I should have brought flash bombs. Unfortunately, I didn't. Oh my god, why are you moving so fast? Why are you so fast? That's just ridiculous. But of course we will be aiming to break the head anyway. I do happen to need hard horns. That was not a good flash bomb. That was a good flash bomb. Can't fucking see anything. Shut up. I wonder if I have high-grade earplug sets in this game. You know, general use ones. I do have some high-grade earplug sets, for example, for Greatsword, but that was a good one. Where's our head flinch? Oh my god. Can't believe it. Tifa's not having a good time. At all. I'm surprised that you end up with Ice Blight from that attack. Why would that be ice in element? I mean, I understand that there's no wind blight, but why is it icy? He was called the Frozen Dictator back in 2nd Gen because he would appear in the fucking snowy mountains, and obviously when you're a wind monster and you're blowing wind around in the snowy mountains, it is effectively an ice attack, but he doesn't... Well, I suppose he does have ice element weapons, so he must have some sort of ice thing going on. I don't know. It's not the sort of thing that should confuse a person, is it? I mean, literally, the weapon elements are ice, so there must be some ice going on with Kushala, but as far as I'm concerned, it's more like wind than ice. I don't know. Seems a little strange to me. At least for the blight to be in effect, you know? No. Don't combo me, you bastard. I do wish that I had flash bombs of my own, but I sadly don't. I was hoping that Henzuru would do a bit of mounting, but I'm not seeing any. Not seeing any at all. Actually, I think that has... If you listen to the sound effect of that tornado, it is sort of an ice sound effect. It's got that frosty ice crystal sound to it. So I guess they really are going for an ice theme with Kushala Daora here. I don't like saying Daora. I would prefer to say Daora. I'll do what I can to form that habit. We haven't even achieved a single head flinch yet. That's actually a little upsetting. I have noticed that Kushala is a little bit harder for the game to run. Imagine if I had done this with 4 people. That would have been a really, really bad time. But yeah, I have been recommended by Tifa to try going through my NVIDIA control panel settings to see what can be done for Citra within that. Apparently Tifa was able to get better performance out of his game after having done that. So, yeah. May also help me out. Because at the end of the day, what's actually going on in this game should not be challenging to a machine such as mine. The only reason why it's challenging is because of how poorly optimized it all is. That really is what it comes down to. Oh. You know, I've never actually gotten my own level 140 guild quest. Never once. Crazy as that may sound. For people who don't know how the system works, people can give you quests, you see, but you have to level them up yourself. You'll sort of get it, so if they have it at level 140, what'll end up happening is that when they give their 140 quest to you, it'll, I think, end up being level 118, and then you have to level it up to 140 yourself. I think 118 is the first level of G rank in the guild quest system. And, yeah. It just means that you actually have to do the work yourself. And I think it's good that way. But I've never wanted to do that, so I always bummed off other people's level 140s. It's of course very convenient to make your own because you can better control your farming sessions, because if it's your own quest, you can grind it whenever you want, and then other people have to do yours, you know? That's what it comes down to. Oh. I'm glad you didn't keep running. Please don't hit me. Oh, that's very interesting. See, I should know these sorts of things, but that's a regular wind one, not an ice one, that tornado. I didn't even realize that you could have ice attacks and wind attacks through Kushala. How am I only just now realizing this? That's really embarrassing. Whatever. I do have to stress, though, that traditionally the only reason why he was associated with ice was because he was a fight that took place in the Snowy Mountains, and obviously he was blowing snow around, so it effectively was an ice thing. I'm glad we did break that head. To be honest, we only broke it towards the end of the fight, so that would have been really frustrating if we hadn't managed to do that, because the entire reason why I'm doing this is to get a hard horn. There is technically no guarantee that I'll get a hard horn here, but yeah. I'm also going to assume that quest rewards will be less. I'll rephrase that. I'm going to assume that the quest rewards that I will receive will be of a smaller quantity than what I would get through just a standard hunt. Take it easy. A celebratory SAED. I could just resolve to say super amped elemental discharge every time. But I think that would be a little unpleasant to the ears. Quest complete. What have we got? I did not fucking get a hard horn. That's awful. That's really quite awful. I got a hard claw. I knew that wasn't going to be a hard horn because it should be down here, you know. Very well. As unfortunate as that is, I'll have to live with it. Prayer +6, hearing +4, 1 slot is not too bad, but I'm not going to get any use out of it, so no. That is Flash. Not a terrible greatsword there, but they do get a whole lot better, so I'm not going to take it. Oh, my quest didn't level up at all. It was already level 130. Maybe it was 129, in actual fact. I was pretty sure that it was 130, wasn't it, guys? So, I suppose it didn't level up at all. Why? Does it not always level up? Whatever. That's a little bit confusing, but I suppose the guild quest system still eludes me a little bit. It is what it is. I'm going to sneeze in approximately 3 seconds. No, it's going to take longer. It's more like 5, I think. On my screen, Henzuru approached the quest giver, then approached it again, then approached it again. I should say quest desk if I'm going to use it, quite frankly. This is starting to get a little repetitive, I do have to say. I understand that your objective is to level up this quest, but fucking hell. I'm getting a little sick of the Rajang business. Alright. Do I have an appropriate lance? I don't have a thunder lance, I know that. Does that mean that I once again have to bring the Ruiner lance? I think it does. Very well. Here's my lance loadout. At least my true Ruiner lance does have attack honing on it. That is one good thing. It means that it is therefore appropriate for high level monsters. That is really what the honing is for, it's to make it so that the weapon is passable for high level guild quests, if it is not a relic weapon. I'm not really liking any of these food skills. I'm currently on the lookout for Exchanger. Well, again, not like you can see my options, but I'll get Feline Oracle, which will be of absolutely no assistance whatsoever. For reasons that I would like to think are fairly obvious. But I do expect that if I'm going to be playing for Ultimate, it will be with these guys. There are not many people playing this game, unfortunately. I wish that there were more, but there really aren't. So, unfortunate as that is, it just means that I'll be hunting with the same people each time. Anyway. Of course, as we level up this quest, it will get progressively harder and harder. It's probably a good way to work up to 140, wouldn't you say? Do the quest so many times that those incremental difficulty increases become easier to manage. I suppose that's reasonable. And of course, as we continue to level up this particular quest, that's Feline Oracle at play there. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to stop making use of the sleep. I suppose what they're doing is they're making it so that the monster is stuck in one place for a period of time, and that in and of itself is the sleep benefit. It's like a whole... probably 8 seconds of the monster being stuck in one place. So that's quite helpful, obviously. Fucking hell. Oh god, you get a whole lot less time when he's enraged. And it's probably that way by design. I'd like my... I was about to say ESP, I'd like my mind's eye soon. Well, not soon. I would like to have it, I guess. There are some games where I do have mind's eye with Lance and then games where I don't. This is obviously one where I sadly do not have it. It just feels appropriate for Lance. I suppose the theory behind it, and I have obviously explained this before, but I'll explain it again, just for conversation's sake. But my imagining is that it's more likely with Lance, given that it's a fairly long weapon and it pierces through the monster. It's probably more likely with Lance than anything else that you will attack a soft part of the body, but accidentally pierce into something that could be harder, you see. So I do find that Mind's Eye makes sense. Yeah, we've got a pretty crazy fucking sleep setup going on here. And keep in mind that this is with diminishing returns. Like, that would be really impressive, even by 2nd gen standards. Considering that in 2nd gen, you each time require the same amount of sleep to get the sleep off. In this game, they get more and more resistant each time. So, yeah, it is very impressive. Apparently Tifa is so dedicated to this style of play that he just does this and almost nothing else. I can understand the temptation. It's a style of endgame that I haven't seen recently, and it is nice to see it again. I should also mention that Tifa, as a person, is much like myself, extremely opposed to 5th generation Monster Hunter. Let me read you his Discord, how do I say, About Me section. Hate Capcom from when World came out, and whoever supports it too. If you play World, Iceborne Rise, and any future Monster Hunter game, avoid interacting with me. That's pretty intense. And quite frankly, I fully agree with the sentiment. Although maybe I wouldn't go so far as to say that I don't want to interact with you if you play the new Monster Hunter games. I can't really control that. Technically, a number of my viewers do play the new Monster Hunter games. I completely disagree with them for doing it, but, you know, it doesn't mean that they're subhuman or anything like that. It just means that I really fucking disagree with them. But yeah, it does feel good to be able to actually play this game on camera. Oh yes, you can do the same thing with paralysis, definitely. I don't know what paralysis weapons would be. I mean, basically the reason why it is so effective, this sleep setup that's currently being employed, is because the weapon in question is a relic weapon. It's one of those things where the stats are so fucking good that when it's used, it's unreasonably good. So I think it wouldn't be possible with dual blades that are standard within the game. I do have the... what are they called? The Scarecrow dual blades? Or is it Feline and Melinx? I can't remember which of the two it was. They are both status, or more specifically, paralysis dual blades that exist in the series, but I can't remember which is the one that I chose for this game. But I think the Scarecrows are only for 3 Ultimate, now that I think about it. Anyway, the point of the matter is that those dual blades that I have are probably not good enough for this sort of effectiveness with paralysis. this sort of frequency of status. The word that I need here is not coming to mind. I don't want to say application, you know, successful status. Doesn't matter, you know what I mean. Oh, there you go. That is a dead Rajang. Good team though. I can get through anything with these two at my side. I don't know how Henzuru even puts up with this shit. His connection must be so bad. That's his life, that's his experience, but God, it would be awful. I like his helmet, actually. Look at that. God, you're never going to urinate again. And you're certainly not going to be having children. That was precisely targeted at your genital area. I do feel like mining. Fusium. I'm sure that'll be useful. You know, this was the first game that I played where I resolved, when I made the character, to really work on building resources. In all the other games, I was a bit lazy about it when first making the game. Or making the character, I should say. But in this one, I really fucking pulled my head in and said, that's it. I'm going to get as many resources as I can. You know, if there is an opportunity in low rank and high rank to mine, I will take the opportunity and get the materials. And so I would imagine that I probably have a decent amount of fusium ore in this game, as opposed to, of course, 3 Ultimate, where I have almost none. So, yeah. Kid in shorts, you. A supplicant jewel, prayer 5. No. These talismans suck. That one's alright. That one's alright, but not amazing either. Not too bad, honestly. These aren't too bad, but I'm not taking them. Yes, the monkeys are definitely no match for these dual blades. I should check the stats. Wow. It's actually only 270 sleep. Maybe sleep is just especially effective in this game. It's possible. I mean, this loadout really is quite disgusting. Look at it. The fact that it's even possible to get a set like this really is nuts, but I suppose when I say things like, of the mainline games, 4 Ultimate is the game where you can get the most insane loadouts, this here would be the perfect example of what I'm talking about. This set is entirely legitimate. And look at it. This is fucked up. So, yeah, I mean, why is my... Oh, interestingly, when you bring up the status screen, that is somehow difficult for the game to handle. The actual game speed goes down. I seem to remember seeing that in the past. Oh, God. I might just post a standard Kushala, because again, I don't want to deal with the shenanigans of getting a whole lot of relic armor pieces instead of the bloody hardhorns that I need. But by the looks of it, once again, that Elder Dragon hunt is not here. What were they thinking? This is so stupid. I may as well start doing quests that I haven't yet done. This will be Apex Tigrex, which I will post. But I will go and change my equipment first. Yell said, that set made me have an erection. Good. Because that's the sort of effect that it should have. It's a really good loadout. Alright. I will now change to probably Gun Lance, yeah. Although, again, I don't think I have a Thunder Gun Lance, do I? We've been over this. Fucking hell. Well, poison will work. Let me change to my Gun Lance set. There we go. It did happen to have the shimmering Tiamat already equipped on it. Quite fortunately. So yeah, this is a quest that I haven't actually completed yet, so this is definitely worth doing. I will show both screens, okay? Because I'm sure you're itching to see them. I know you are. Nope. Nope. Not that. Okay, fine. We'll keep with this. We'll do that. None of these are especially helpful against this monster. I want sharpshooter. Because I've got a gun, technically. Yes, very good gun lance, this one. Alrighty. I think we're ready to go. Well, I suppose we aren't. Neither of them have readied up. Come to think of it, I do need to change my Y-stones. Let me do that now. Sorry, guys. I don't know if any of you were about to join the quest, but I need to take care of this first and foremost. Again, the fact that I have to actually manually go to the... not the assembly. Well, this is a bit of history for you. This is actually where the online was conducted back in Mod Standard DOS. But, yeah, we don't want to be in there. One day, Dundorma will return. One day. Oh, God. The game's choking in this area. Ugh.
Hi.
Says the woman. So essentially the reason why I'm having to change my Y-stones here is because if I don't use this elemental Y-stone, I will not be able to deal poison damage to Tigrex during the Apex mode. Frustrating as it is. Yep. Oh god. If you ever do hear that sound of something being unplugged, that's my controller. Unfortunately, my mini USB port on my controller is starting to wear out. It is frustrating, and it does not please me whatsoever. But I have had this controller for a long time now. While it is my third PS3 controller, I did buy this, I think, when was it? I'm gonna say around March of 2014. So, it's seen a bit of use. I think it is definitely time for me to get a new one soon. Henzeru, for fuck's sake, your connection actually hurts to look at. Fortunately, it doesn't affect my ability to play the game, but it hurts to look at, as I say. I have been sent a message. Well, someone has pinged me, I suppose, in the Discord. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to not use a Y-stone until these guys are here, because I want to be able to use it alongside them. At this stage, as you can obviously... Well, maybe it's not that obvious, because status doesn't always apply itself, but yeah, you're not going to actually see me apply any poison to this monster until I use my elemental Y-stone. You are already enraged. Henzeru seems to be a little bit lost. I suppose I have experienced that before in this map as well. This map is a little bit confusing. I'm going to do a wyvern fire. Hopefully the damage is in no way absorbed by the mode that he's currently in. Oh no, that's not good. Don't you dare. He looks menacing because this is Apex. This is an Apex version of the monster. Shit. Here we go again. See, this is why I don't fucking do this. Bloody hell. Alright. Gotta get these stones out. Come on. Now don't interrupt me, please. You can see that I am now applying my poison. Fortunately. And it applies itself pretty frequently with this weapon because it has like 450 poison. Oh great, we've both fallen down here. It took Henzeru the best part of 2 fucking minutes to eventually get up here. I don't think there's much excuse for that sort of thing. Where the fuck are you? God. Again, my lack of audio cues is probably only increasing the difficulty for me here. Don't think I've got my drive stone for much longer. Shit, it's almost out. How the fuck have we... Well, I know why we haven't succeeded in removing the Apex mode. It's because we've been waiting for Henzeru for the whole damn hunt. Oh my god. There we go. Now I have the feeling that we're going to beat down this monster so aggressively now that the Apex mode is gone that we may not see it again. We'll see what happens, but I've just got a feeling that this is going to be a really bad time for the Tigrex. What I think happened there... No, I don't think that's what happened. I was thinking that a mount had taken place, but the person who performed the mount attack, or was going to perform it, actually ended up falling down to the lower area, and therefore was unable to claim the mount. Someone was pinging about something. There you go. I definitely need to sharpen up after that. As tempting as it is to go in for the attack during this opportunity that is being afforded to the team, I would like to prioritize sharpening at this stage. This should be an opportunity to get my heavy shot out, which I haven't been able to do up until this point. I do have artillery god, and yet I'm barely making use of it. There we go. Sorry, Henzeru. I am using a gun lance. Sometimes that sort of thing is unavoidable. Oh, there we go. Let's fucking kill him before he can leave. I'm sure that we can do it. I have little doubt. This'll kill him. Well, must be close. There you go. Nicely done, guys. That's one more quest complete for me. I never really got to a point in this game where I was ready to start trying to clear all quests. I always had so much to do that was not my objective. Some people focus on that sort of thing for guild card completion. I do not focus on guild card completion at all. That is not how I play Monster Hunter. Never has been. But it's nice to see the complete marker for your quest sections, I guess. Quest lists, I guess, would be the term. That's a good way to see the difference in connection, actually. It took Henzeru just a little bit more time to go flying. Slower? This one? Nah. This Tigrex is faster than whatever you've hunted, I'm assuming. Hey, Baines. I would extend an invitation to hunt to you, but unfortunately I can't hunt with as many as 4 people in this game, otherwise my game performance really takes a nasty hit, but it's good to see you in the chat either way. Also, those Zenith Wyvern gems are very much needed, I have to say. I need to accumulate as many of those as I can, because if it is my intention to use non-guild weapons, I do want to be able to hone them all. Oh, don't do that. Alright, well you guys know what's coming next. It's fucking Rajang. Because Henzeru is a man on a mission. He is a man with the worst fucking internet connection that I've played with in a very long time, and he is almost simultaneously... Well, he's also simultaneously obsessed with monkeys. When you say your first run, I'm assuming you mean a speed run. In what game, and was it a good time, is the question I would ask. Henzeru is literally stalling. Please post the quest so that I can receive confirmation of the fact that you are doing the same quest again. It's almost breathtaking how quickly I'm ranking up in this game. I'd forgotten how quick it was. I would actually say that you rank up faster in this game than you do in Generations Ultimate, because you're more likely to do the sorts of quests that will rank you up quickly here in this game, as opposed to Generations Ultimate. I suppose in Generations Ultimate you're only going to do those sorts of quests if they're like high-level deviants. Like maybe G4, G5, and EX deviants. Whereas in this game, like, literally any guild quest over the level of 120, as well as Apex quests, those are giving you a lot of HRP. And of course the requirement is quite low, so... yeah, it does have to be said that this fucking game lets you rank up very quickly. Well, that's great to hear, Baines. You keep at it, man. If that's something you're interested in, then perseverance will get you to the top. You'll have to always remain humble though, because I think no matter where you're placed on that speedruns.com website, is it? The Japanese have their own little system, you know. And they're usually way above. They're sort of in a league of their own. They're best not to be competed with, or competed against. Competed with is fine. Henzeru, are you posting or are you not? What's going on? Oh yes, I did have a message sent to me in this chat. Apparently... oh, what's going on? Apparently they're both going to go and play with some other guy, so... that's sort of unfortunate. There's someone named Haku that they both haven't played with for a while that they're going to go play with. So, okay, well, where does that leave me, literally? Without people to play with for my live stream, which is unfortunate. So if you do want to play Baines, the invitation extends forthwith. And you would have to wait until the end of this hunt, because it seems we are doing one more. But, yeah, if you're interested, you are welcome to join. I suppose that I would like to try Kushala. But I should double check to see if I've got the quest first. Let me have a look. I do want that Kushala Daora heart horn. Are you fucking kidding me? Why is it not appearing? Let's just do a Gogmazios. Let's do a Gogmazios for fun. What's he weak to again? Dragon, I think. I haven't actually fought him legitimately in a while. I often did Insect Glaive with him. So... I'll bring a Charge Blade, Elemental Charge Blade. Something that would be appropriate. Do I even have a... I don't have a Dragon Elemental Charge Blade, actually. so I suppose I don't have an appropriate loadout. Alright, never mind. Let's do... I'm not sure. Maybe Greatsword. Yeah, Greatsword sounds like a bit of fun. We'll use the Black Fatalis Blade. It's Gogmazios. That's his name. I'm not going to do the event version because it's just going to go on for too long. I don't want to keep these guys waiting. I'm not going to waylay them when they in fact want to hunt with someone else. Cue the violin music. Yeah, my most used weapon is the Greatsword. Not that you can see it, but it's a whole 100 uses above everything else. And may it continue. I'm a Greatsword guy. Always will be. Although, compared to the people who were playing this game back on the 3DS at the higher levels, God. I guess I wasn't really a Greatsword guy, because those people were intense. They were unreasonable. Just the way that they played and the way that they tried to influence the way everyone else would do it, it was really just unwelcome. I'm talking about the Hame groups, you know? But anyway, that's a separate subject. Things are better now. Or are they really? I have barely anyone to play with, unfortunately. So... it's one of those things. The community is better, but there's almost no one, so is it really better is the question. Maybe I would rather get into hunts more consistently. Henzeru seems to be an insect glaive user who doesn't take unreasonable advantage of the mount mechanic. He's a little more damage focused. The temptation to use the mounting mechanic with this monster is quite strong though. Much like Fatalis, the head can be difficult to reach, but if you can get into a situation where the head is always accessible, such as constantly mounting the fucking thing, it dies very quickly. But Greatsword's good fun as well. It has been a long time since I fought this monster, so there's no guarantee that I'm going to get it right. Like any hunt, there are certain subtleties to the fight. You need to do the right thing at the right time and in the right way. There is margin for error, usually, but if you haven't done it for a long time, such as myself, unfortunately what happens is you do the wrong thing at the wrong time a little more frequently. Well, yeah, some monsters probably wouldn't benefit from really heavy mount spam. I will play the cutscene because some people may not have seen it. It's worth mentioning that this monster only appears in this game. I don't think he's in Monster Hunter 4, but he might be. I don't... no, he's not. It's only in this game because this is the G-rank final boss. So he definitely did not appear in Monster Hunter 4. So I suppose you would consider him to be a Dire Moralis equivalent in a way? A big Elder Dragon that's... I suppose is similar to Fatalis in a way? Not really. Obviously, Dire Moralis is a lot more similar. Considerably more so. to Fatalis as opposed to this thing, or as compared to this thing. But yeah, you've got exploding slime coming off him. More like oil. He's an oily, creepy thing. Gogmazios is considered a black dragon? Okay. Well, good to know. I have to actually get away from this exploding stuff. I'm going to be feeling my way through this fight. It has been literally years. So I'll be aiming for the back legs for the most part. I have to get away. This shit is dangerous. You don't want to get caught in it. Some of it, as you can see, is explosive, and then other times it's just designed to keep you in place if you accidentally walk into it. Here we go, there's mount number 1. I'm trying to get away from him because he flails around a lot, and he's quite large, so you don't want to get caught in his flailing. And you also want to be in position for the head. It's worth mentioning that there are 2 possible mounting scenarios. Either you attack the back or the chest. That was a chest mount. The same can happen for other monsters. One example that I can think of would be the Ukanlos and Acantor monsters. I don't know how many breaks are on the head. I think there may be 2. I feel like that's a little too quick for the one and only break for the head. I think the tail's coming through. Yeah, that's alright. I think he's running forward, yeah. He's not quite in position for the Dragonator though. Yeah, Henzuru is availing himself of the mount mechanic in a big way. He's on the chest again. I do love his laser. I have to admit, that's very cool. Strangely, Henzuru was thrown off. This monster is no harder to mount than any other monster, but maybe he just mismanaged his stamina. Do I have critical draw on this set? If I don't, then it must have been impractical to get it. No, I do have it. Here we go. The big black mud breath was about to come out, but he was prevented from performing it. Essentially, if you walk into that black stuff, you'll be stuck in place for a period of time. Ugh. I can see that the legs are still a decent weak point. Oh, whoops, that was bad form. The legs are still a decent weak point based on the hit lag that I get when I make contact with them. But definitely the chest and the head are superior. I don't think aiming for the wings is really worthwhile. I don't think I'll do that. I did actually turn around to raise my sword as a shield, but I was a bit too... just a little bit too slow. I'm sure for both of these guys, they haven't actually fought Gogmazios for a while. The reason why is because there's just no real reason to do it. You can't... oh, whoops. There's an example of what happens when you walk into it. What happened there? That looked like a mount, but no one actually got it. What were you pinging for? You want to do the Dragonator? Okay. Unless you wanted to do something else. I'm assuming you want to do the Dragonator, yeah. Come on, Gogmazios. Uh-oh. That's a big explosion, by the way. And Tifa changed his mind completely about doing the Dragonator. Fine. I will have to sharpen up. The purple sharpness is pretty good with this weapon, by the way. I was hitting this monster quite a lot, and I also shielded an attack, and I was still in purple sharpness, so... pretty good. Not too much to complain about when it comes to the sharpness level. Cutting the tail obviously can be good, reduces his effective range when he's doing his attacks. When he's doing that attack, best thing to do is to get as close to him as you can. Unfortunately, this time this resulted in me being hit by the black goop. Is he falling down? Yes, he is. I'll just go for the chest for now. Actually, based on the hit stun, or hit lag rather, the chest is not a weak point. Weird. Oh, still got hit by that arm. He's got the arms and the wings. Separate hit points. Getting ready to dive. God. That would be a good Dragonator moment. But getting up there takes a while, so... you would have to expect that the opportunity would come to be there at that moment. He does deal pretty good damage though, I have to say. I didn't really demonstrate the black goop breath. Black mud, whatever you want to call it. Goop is an appropriate term. Yeah, he has nice attacks. Here we go, I'll try to demonstrate this. You don't want to get hit by it, but... oh! Yeah. That's his black mud breath. I didn't know Gogmazios was a black dragon, to be honest. Black dragons are effectively your Fatalis class monsters. Relatives of Fatalis. And he is one, so... I suppose that's interesting. Oh, I got pushed into that. Get your head down. I just feel like the Greatsword is one of the better choices of weapon for this monster. Lovely hit lag. I'll aim for the crotch. Sounds like a good strategy to me. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. My finger slipped and it touched the right button, or right shoulder button. Here we go. Is the thing that I think is happening actually happening? Yes, it is. You can see that Henzeru doesn't even want to be here for it. I want to be able to demonstrate it to you guys. This is a thing that the monster does that is very dangerous, and I want to demonstrate it to you. Look at that. It is wise to farcast for that. Fortunately, no explosions took place up here, but... yeah. God, I'd almost forgotten about that attack. But once I saw him flying, I was reminded of it, and I thought, I have to be careful. Oh, very good. That is the restraint. I'll try to get over to the head. You can see the animation on the face suggests that he's in a particular mode at the moment. Sort of a form of rage mode, I suppose. That is what brought on that attack in the first place. Oh, I don't want to get caught into that attack. Oh, the Demolisher is ready to be used. The Demolisher is that giant cannon up there. I don't know where we're supposed to position him for it. Oh, there you go. That was a good Dragonator. You falling down? Yes, you will. Maybe his face is always like this, I don't know. I don't think it was before, was it? Didn't have that flowing animation. No, he's definitely still in his enraged form, because you can see that all the black mud that's falling off him right now, all the oil, as I suggested that it was, is now ignited. And whenever it drips down, it explodes. It may be a reflection of the stage of the fight. This must be stage 2, and so... Oh, fucking hell. You bastard. You can see, because of just how quickly he moves, and how dynamic he is physically. Well, Tifa wants to shoot that big fucking cannon. Are you doing it? Oh no, the monster's dead. We're too strong. You gonna fire it anyway? Yeah, you are. Adding insult to injury to the maximum. Yeah, so I suppose saying mud would be inappropriate. Yeah, there's the natural state of the monster. Doesn't have that weird flowing effect going on. You can see how they got the cannon up there too. They've got the rail and everything. It's nice to see what they did with this area. This area first appeared in 2nd gen, of course. And they did some work on it. I like that you returned to this location. Yeah, it was definitely a fun fight. Get some strong armor spheres. God knows I need them. Eating +1 3 slot, come on. That's just ridiculous. Alright, Tifa is out. I'm assuming Henzuru is probably also leaving to play with this person named Haku. Don't know who the hell that is, but obviously if I go to play with that person with them, I will be playing with 4 people, and that is unsustainable for my recordings, unfortunately. Alright. I've now been left alone. What I will do is I will check to see if anyone is around and able to hunt. If no one is available to hunt, I will sadly have to end the live stream. I'm going to create a hub. I'm going to try and limit the number of people who can play. Is it possible in this game to do that? I don't think so. I literally can't limit the number of people that can connect to this. Far out. Literally every fucking game except for this one, as I understand it, lets you set a limit to the number of people who can join the room, but not in this game. Not in this fucking game. How frustrating is that? Anyway. I mean, I'm sort of pointlessly saying, if anyone wants to play, let me know. I mean, there is no one else. These are the people playing. Anyway. Anyway. I don't know who this person is, but I've been ditched for them, you see. I wouldn't care so much if it were the difference between being live and not being live, quite frankly. Yes, 11-minute hunt without Demolisher. That wasn't too bad. Well, I may end up hunting with them again later when they stop hunting with this other person, but yeah, I mean, I would be obviously happy to play with that person as well, but I don't want to hunt with 4 people, unfortunately. It's just not going to work, so... Yeah. How long have I been live for? I've been live for, wow, that's... Actually, this was going to be tacked on to the other recording, wasn't it? So that's probably quite fine. I'm not going for 4 players Banes because my emulator literally can't run 4 players while I'm live streaming. It's basically constantly fluctuating between 85 and 95% game speed, and that's just not going to work. So if I'm live, I cannot play with 4 people. For some reason, 4 people is actually difficult to run. Not even on a network level, but in terms of emulation. It's frustrating, but yeah. And it seems that Henzuru has the same experience. It may actually be okay if I wasn't recording, but yeah. How does that happen? It happens because... I mean, do you not have that issue? I suppose, to be honest, emulating this game is just not that stable. You don't have that issue at all. Do you live stream on the same machine that you recorded on? Or that you play it on, I should say? Because I just use the one system, so... If you do live stream from the same machine that you're playing the game on, what build are you using? Like what Citra version? Obviously not an official one, whatever unofficial one you're using. Well, you see, there's no reasonable explanation for why this is just... I mean, I'm emulating a 3DS game, for goodness sake. You're using an official Citra build? What the fuck? An official Citra build and you have no problems? What? That's just unreasonable. That's totally fucking stupid. I mean, my machine that I'm using right now was literally the best thing money could buy in 2017, which means, you know, if this game came out on the 3DS... We're not even going to talk about when it came out. It was developed effectively in 2012, 2013 for the 3DS. And I'm using a monster PC of 2017. It's got a 1080 Ti, i7 7700K, and it can't fucking run with 4 people. It's stupid. The point is not so much the computer, the point is that emulation is just really unstable and bad for the 3DS, or at least particularly this game. That really is the problem. Anyway. It is what it is. It is a most frustrating thing. Anyway, I'm probably going to finish up then. I thank you all for watching. This, again, as I say, will be tacked on to the end of the previous livestream that I did. So it'll probably still be part 190. I shall bid you all farewell for now. I will be doing more for Ultimate in general, but I don't think it'll be the only thing that I'll be doing. Partially because it's hard to actually coordinate hunts. There are not that many people to play with. And they have fucking European time zones, of course, which is just brilliant. Just brilliant. Not at all brilliant in actual fact. Anyway, I shall say farewell for now. Bye-bye.